Uber drivers are set to strike right here in San Francisco, a huge impact to those who depend on rideshare every day. I'll have details coming up in a live report.
Tragedy at a Colorado school after two gunmen opened fire, killing one student and injuring several others. We'll have the latest on the investigation.
Warriors, Rockets, Game 5 at Oracle tonight. Coming up, I'll tell you why this possibly could be the most important game for the Warriors all season.
Now, from the Bay Area's local news station, you're watching the KRON 4 Morning News at 5.
Good morning and thanks for joining us on this Wednesday. I'm Daria Folsom.
And I'm James Fletcher. We're halfway through the week. Let's hope for a nice, easy glide path towards the weekend from this point on, weather-wise and traffic-wise. Fingers crossed. Robin, how are the roads?
Yeah, the cars are getting over the hump with no problem.
I was like, James is still already on top of the hump. We're just getting up.
I was saying some folks need to push.
Eyes on the weekend.
Right, yeah. Some folks need to push, and John said he's just gliding over the hump.
That's right. That's right.
It's going to be pretty easy, right? Nice day?
Yeah, weather can give you a little momentum to get over this one right here, because it is going to be a lot nicer of a day. Weather's improving, and it's continually improved throughout the week. It was very foggy to start the week on Monday, as you'll remember. Your view of SFO isn't looking too bad this morning. There's definitely some low cloud cover hanging out across the bay, but not enough of it to affect visibility. So your drive into work should be pretty smooth in that regard. No drizzle, no rain, just temperatures in the 50s. We can handle that on your Wednesday morning. 54 degrees right now in Fremont, as well as Livermore, as well as Dublin and Nevada. Why not? Vallejo and Berkeley each at 53, with Concord and Oakland sitting right now at 56 degrees each. So temperatures cool enough for a jacket to kick things off. Look at where we're going to be sitting this afternoon, though. We've been in the low 70s for our inland areas the past couple of days. Today, we're back to the upper 70s, so we are actually in for quite the toasty day ahead of us, trading in cool, cloudy weather for some afternoon sunshine and some much warmer conditions. I'll get to the rest of your forecast still to come. First, let's get a look at traffic with Robin.
And we have some crowding at the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza. The cash payers are getting stuck in a little bit of a backup, but you know, this is just a typical sign that traffic is filling in quickly right at the toll plaza. Not a bad wait. It's really brief, and it's just going to get heavier by the minute. So it's a great time to just come on in. We know that it's filling in, but overall, we consider this good. It's smooth across the suspension. You're good on the Skyway. No problems transitioning onto the James Lick, the 280 freeway, or even the Central Freeway. So you're fine in San Francisco. We'll check more bridges and slowdowns coming up. James, Daria.
Thank you very much, Robin. Happening today, as we've been previewing for you, Uber drivers are set to go on strike, which could cause, big headaches for you if you use that service to get around.
I want you to know that it's supposed to happen at noon, so you're not just standing out there going, where's my ride?
Yeah.
KRON 4's Sarah Stinson is live in San Francisco with more.
Yeah, I'm here at Uber headquarters on Market Street in San Francisco, where a rally is going to take place with those Uber drivers who are striking, they're protesting, and they'll be turning off their apps, as you said, starting at noon. So when you're looking on that map and you don't see many drivers on there, you might have to go to public transportation, may have to revert to using a taxi. Even some Lyft drivers are getting involved because many people drive for both Uber and Lyft and say it's not enough. Now, drivers in major cities across the country are striking as they're upset with Uber, saying the company doesn't pay enough and needs to improve on work conditions. Now, the strike will happen 2 days before Uber officially goes public. They'll release the pricing tomorrow, but then it goes public on Friday, generating billions of dollars for the company. And we've reached out to Uber twice for an on-camera interview, but they've declined both times. Now, the company did give us a statement saying drivers are the heart of the company and they will be working with them to improve their experience working for Uber. Head to KRON4.com for that full statement. But as I said, a rally will be taking place here at Uber headquarters. We expect a lot of people out here with their picket signs, thousands of people, drivers getting involved. And we actually spoke to one driver who says he is not going to turn off his app. He's going to continue to drive. And he put that on social media, and all of his fellow Uber drivers, they got very mad at him. So he said, yeah, I think a lot of people are doing this, but some drivers are reaping the benefits. So you might be able to find a ride, but I would not bank on it. So huge impact. They're going to be doing this at noon, so you will be able to get to work. But if you're trying to get home on an Uber, I would definitely consider an alternative. I'm live in San Francisco. Sarah Stinson, KRON 4 News.
All right, thanks, Sarah.
I don't want to get stranded in the city today. Also breaking overnight, a story to tell you about here. At least one person has been taken to the hospital with burn injuries, and 5 others have been displaced following a fire at an apartment building in downtown Santa Rosa. This is video posted by Santa Rosa Fire, and you can see all the equipment on scene. The fire started just before 1 o'clock this morning. It's on the 6th floor of the Rosenberg building. That's on Mendocino Avenue. That building was constructed back in the early 1900s. It's a historic landmark. The Red Cross right now is helping those 5 people who are now without a place to live this morning. This morning we have new video of a fire in Oakland. It started just before 8 o'clock last night on the 1600 block of 12th Street. That's just south of Lake Merritt. And look at all that black smoke going up. This is video from a KRON 4 viewer who sent it to us. At one point you can see flames there coming from a tree. This fire was at a homeless encampment. Nobody was hurt.
Time now is 5:05 in national news. A Colorado school is going to be closed for the rest of the week after a deadly school shooting. 1 student was killed, 8 others were injured. It happened yesterday in a STEM school in Highlands Ranch, which is just a few miles away from Columbine. 2 gunmen walked into the school and opened fire. Police are working to verify more information about the gunmen, who are believed to be students. One is 18 years old and the other is younger than that. Many parents waited at a recreation center to reunite with their kids. It took deputies several hours to clear the school.
I don't know if it was a dead body or something to my right with bullet shells and a cracked phone. Then when we were exiting the building, there was a trail of blood.
And the shooters were not injured. Officials are planning to hold a news conference later this morning, so we may get some more information about the students who were hurt. Bullets were found on a middle school campus in Mill Valley, and that has some parents and students especially worried. Since the bullets were found on April 30th, police have had a bigger presence around the Mill Valley Middle School. Counselors are available to talk about any concerns. Mill Valley police are asking anyone with information to contact them. While they did find bullets near the school, they did not find any gun.
Time now is 5:07. A man is dead following a shooting in Pittsburgh. It happened Monday night just outside of a home on Shoreline Drive. Witnesses say the victim was outside his car when the shooter walked up to him and shot him multiple times and then ran off. The victim died at the hospital. Police don't know whether the victim and the shooter knew each other, but obviously they're launching an investigation.
In the East Bay, a hit-and-run driver has come forward now for injuring a teenager in Pleasanton. We told you about this story yesterday on the KRON 4 Morning News. A 13-year-old named Alex Borsotti, who was hit by a van that took off, and then you could see the chipped teeth, cuts, bruises, stitches. He was getting picked up from school when it happened Friday near Greenwood Road and Valley Avenue. And dash cam video from his own family's car showed this silver minivan, which ended up hitting him, but nobody had the plates for it. Well, now police say that driver has come forward to report that she was the one who was driving this minivan here when the crash happened, and they say she is fully cooperating with police.
New this morning, the Coast Guard rescued a man off the coast of San Francisco. In fact, a helicopter crew arrived and hoisted him to safety. And this is video from that helicopter. And you can see the 28-year-old man in the basket being brought back up to the helicopter. He apparently suffered a neck injury while on an oil tanker. The helicopter crew couldn't be immediately dispatched, so people on that tanker had to monitor his condition while the tanker continued to make its way towards San Francisco. And then once he was taken onto that helicopter, he was eventually transported to a hospital in Palo Alto.
Time now is 5:08, and today's the big day.
Okay.
See if the Warriors can do it and knock out the Rockets in Game 5.
Okay, it's the series all tied up 2 apiece, so the drama couldn't be higher. KRON 4's Will Tran joining us live outside the arena with a preview of tonight's game. Will, your take? Of course, the Warriors are going to win this one, right?
They will win. I think they will win in 7, though. It's not going to be easy, but they will win tonight because they have to win. You don't want to go on the road down 2-3 against the Rockets, and the Rockets are undefeated at home. So for the Warriors, they have to treat this like Game 7 of the series, or else it could be lights out for the 2-time defending world champions. You know what? They went to Houston, right, with a commanding 2-0 lead, and then they lost Game 3. Steph Curry didn't have a good Game 3, and then Game 4, they had 2 chances at the end with Kevin Durant shooting with a couple of seconds left to possibly tie the game. He gets the rebound and passes it to Steph Curry, who also has a chance to tie the game, and then he also misses, so they lose the game. Game 4, 112-108, despite Curry having a good bounce-back game with 30 points. So Steph Curry did his part. Klay Thompson, however, has not. He's only averaged 15 points this series, and more importantly, his shooting percentage is way down. So Klay Thompson and the rest of the Warriors need to step up their game. The Rockets, James, Daria, even though it is tied, doesn't it feel like the Warriors lost more than games, that they lost their swagger? But Coach Kerr says he's not panicking. A couple of years ago, they were down 3-1 against Oklahoma City, and they came back. But here's an interesting fact. The winner of Game 5 wins the series ultimately more than 70% of the time. In fact, they usually end up winning Game 6 and wrap the series up, which is why Game 5, if you talk to anybody, they say that is probably the most important game of any series.
Okay,
big
so
decider.
It's
Okay,
win or go home tonight. We got to have that mentality tonight. We've got to have that mentality. All right, thank you, Will.
5:11 right now, and this just in, we have the royal baby picture. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Duke and Duchess of Sussex have released the picture. Here they are posing, coming out to pose with their little prince, Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan Markle. And they walked up.
She looks great.
Yeah, you try and give him birth and walk it out,
right?
and, you know, a dress and heels and everything else. He's holding the little baby.
I want to see a face. Do we get to see a face?
Yeah, I think we get a little tiny peek of a face in some of the still shots anyway. Here is the royal couple talking about their baby.
He has the sweetest temperament. He's really calm and
I don't know where he gets that from.
and he's just been the dream. So it's been a special couple days.
Who does he take after? Does he look like anyone?
We're still trying to figure that out.
Everyone says that babies change so much over 2 weeks. We're basically sort of monitoring how the changing process happens over this next month, really. But his looks are changing every single day. Yeah. So who knows?
Yeah, I mean, when babies come out, they're like little old men. They don't. You can't. It takes time for them to ship. And here's the thing: is we don't know the name of the baby.
We don't.
Sometimes they wait up to 10 days before they tell you the name in royal land.
From baby watch to baby name watch. We'll keep a
that'll be
lookout.
the next thing.
Okay.
Still ahead on the KRON 4 Morning News. An Oakland A's pitcher throws the season's first no-hitter. Wow. Yeah, we're going to take a look at the historic moment that he sealed the deal.
Plus, part of Governor Gavin Newsom's new budget proposal is offering some benefits to mothers and their children. Speaking of babies, we'll have that story as well coming up in just a minute.